Okay, Miss Aswathy. This is actually our entrepreneurial project. And our topic this is your syllabus. So our topic for this semester is to improve education.
Okay.
What we came up with was a class. We actually came up with an idea for a class where the university would use some of its, for lack of a better word, connections to set up relationships with various firms. So legal firms, engineering firms, doctors, any sort of career that students may be interested in going to, right? And then we would, clicking right there, you gotta click on the mouse.
Okay.
You gotta say click, it's not a real mouse.
Click.
So then you would have access to this class will give you an opportunity to shadow at various careers that you might be interested in making your life's career, your life's goal, your life whatever, like your actual. And the idea would be like we would like to keep everything focused. We would like to keep everything focused within like the greater Chapel Hill, Durham area, right? So you could go and you could spend time at these places, see what they do for an actual career, and then and yet like kind of narrow down what it is you want to do. So we would offer this class basically to anyone who wanted to take it, but specifically it would help like freshmen understand like what they want to do as a career. It would help. Undecided and undeclared majors decide what they want to do with a career. And ideally, we try to keep it. We would try to keep it where it can fit within like a regular course load.
Okay.
It can fit within like a. Trying to not do that. Yeah, so the idea would be you would gain experience. So rather than kind of taking classes like with 410, 410 has to be taken as a business major. Well, if you didn't know going in that like the economics, microeconomic theory that you're learning, you're not really going to utilize day to day in a business major. That may change your whole career. You may want nothing more than to be a businessman, to work in stocks, bonds, or entrepreneur in real estate, whatever. But like you take that class and you're like, I don't want to do this every day. And the thing is, you're not going to be doing it every day. But this will give you an opportunity to go and experience like, okay, like this is what my day to day is going to be like. These are things I enjoy doing, like stuff like that. And this limits like this is more focused to limit like to kind of take to help people figure out what it is they want to do. To help people figure out like what is my passion for those who don't know. That way they're not wasting money, they're not wasting time, they're not, you know what I mean? They're able to be like, okay, like I actually do like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So thoughts? What do you think?
So I think this will help people who are like, who want to go into really specific fields within a major. Like for me, like economics is my major, so I'm usually getting like internship opportunities from like banks and stuff like that, but that's not really what I want to do within economics. So a class like this would help me pinpoint what exactly what I'll be able to do. Like I want to go into international relations, so a class like this would help me understand what the path towards that end goal is. So yeah.
I mean, any concerns, anything that you kind of see, like from your perspective, do you see anything where you're like, yeah, this really wouldn't work? Like we had a really useful, we met with an athlete the other day, and the athlete was like, I love this idea, but this is not going to fit my schedule for various reasons. You know what I mean? Anything you see that might help us? I mean, basically like the more problems you find, the better we can make it. It's kind of the attitude.
Would this be completely a class, or it'll be like class and then they point you towards whatever?
Well, ideally, what we're thinking right now,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a class where you're learning about career fields. That being like the whole basic premise of the class. Like you're learning about, and you could test to gain credit so that people could still take it, like financial aid wise and all this other stuff. There would be tests, like kind of like what we were dealing with over the summer transfer program, whereas like everything wasn't. It wasn't really one for one. It didn't always fit perfectly, but like at the same time, like you, like you gained useful knowledge, and that was like the point.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Tests would exist. Maybe stuff as simple as like what's the name of the bar that a lawyer has to pass to be certified federally or state-wise, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Internationally even.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I do think that limiting yourself to just Chapel Hill, Durham area might cut down a few of the opportunities. Yeah.
Ideally, right now we're trying to start small.
Okay.
And try to solve a problem here.
Okay.
If we can solve a problem here, we have ideas on how to expand. We have ideas on like even creating an app that would effectively do this exact same thing.
Okay.
Except it would just do it on a wider play. It would be something like a group me or a meetup or whatever, where like somebody who is interested in like I'm a lawyer, I would like to help people that aspire to be lawyers. Would have people that can come and shadow them throughout the day and make that a little bit more translucent and a little bit more easily connected, so to say. Okay. And that's where we're at right now. But at this point, we think this is a good idea. We're trying to narrow down like who we're aiming for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Honestly though, like, do you think it would be a good idea to aim wider, like a wider?
Like what you said made sense. Like starting out small and then going wider, because you want to know what the feasibility of this class would be.
Right.
Like how it'll exactly help a student.
Right.
So because you're gonna have like different majors, and you're not gonna be able to help them all the same way.
Right.
Like it'll be different takeaways from the class.
Right.
So starting small, I think, would help.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, ideally, we would want people to be able to select what they're interested in. So we would maybe have like kind of the best way I heard it worded last week was like a sort of a career fair sort of thing, where like you go through and people that are representatives of the firms that would be interested in having people come and shadow, like they had they would show up, have like a booth, have like something where you can learn about them, or even come into the classroom and put on a presentation. But the career fair probably would be a little bit more streamlined. Yeah. And if you're interested in being an engineer, you're interested in being a lawyer, you're interested in being all of these things, you would just be able to, say, hey, like I'm gonna put my name on this, and then I'm gonna go, and this will be one of the classes I shadow. And ideally maybe. The number we would have to figure out, but between probably 4 to 6 shadow opportunities. If you're doing everyone for 2 weeks plus the time for tests plus the time for all that, like between 4 to 6 would probably make sense. And then you're just like, you're getting an opportunity. Like if you're interested in going into the FBI or the police force or anything, like be able to. And traveling is hard, but like we kind of have a plan for that too. In that, like if eventually we can grow it enough. Maybe even treat it like a semester abroad, right? Where you could travel within the United States and spend some weeks here and weeks there, but just really so that you can meet with companies that are in areas that you might legitimately want to work at and might legitimately want to like experience. And I mean, the companies themselves, we're thinking like the benefit to the companies is first a workforce, like they're getting people that are interested in doing what they're doing so that they can themselves expand. But then secondly, recognition, like places love that, get your name mentioned at a football game or something, like advertising, be like, hey, these are good people and they work with us and they're trying to help our students do better. So we just want to recognize them at Keenan Stadium, halftime, something or other. And I mean, like it happens and so I mean, it's kind of where we are with it. But let's see. Man, we've covered it pretty. If you could change it in any way, how would you change it?
I don't really see, because this just startup thingy. I mean, you guys have done a pretty good job of setting it up.
Think so?
Yeah. So I don't think there's like much needed to be changed. I mean, when you're starting out small, you still, you're gonna have to test some things. So
Right.
along the way, you guys will figure it out. But the
Right.
way it's set up right now, it's like.
Where would you like to see it go?
I mean, I would like to, like you said, something like study abroad, but within the United States, because for right now we have Handshake and all that, but it's just like overwhelming.
Right.
That when you just see all those internships and you don't know exactly what you're gonna do. So I guess this class will help you gain a more, well-rounded idea of where you want to intern at or what you want to do. So, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Turn this off.
Oh my God, that's what I meant.